Hey guys, welcome back to the 5 million gold from scratch challenge. It is now the third week of patch 8.3. On my server, the material prices have kind of stabilized at this point. There are some examples, like over the weekend, Zenithid finally, after weeks, got back down to 30 gold each, and then someone bought it all out, and then posted it all for 200 gold each. So that's an example of it can still be kind of volatile, depending on the crazy people on your server, I guess, buying out like millions and millions worth of gold of materials and then trying to reset them at crazy prices. But yeah, safe to say I didn't do any alchemy this weekend because 200 gold for a Zenithid is not a profitable price. Either way, we will be going over the gold that we actually did make this week. And first, we have to go over the gold that we spent during the week to make sure that we know how much we actually profit this week. So we ended off the last video at 1,248,000 gold. If you guys have not yet seen that video, it will be popping up in the top right of this video. You can go back and check it out because we made 1 million gold in 1 week. We started last week at 366k and then I quadrupled my gold. So if you want to see how I did that, once again, check it out. It should have popped up by now on this video. And yeah, let's go over how much gold we are starting this video off on to see how much we spent. So yeah, there we go. 363k is how much we are starting out on this video. I told you guys, I promised you guys actually in the last video that I would spend all the gold that I made. I made 1 million gold and I was like, guys, I promise you I will spend all of this on investments and crafting, and I did, almost to a T. I mistakenly actually didn't do the exact numbers, so I don't know exactly how much I spent. We're gonna just say 900k for now, and then between the clips, so by the time I get to the next character, I will tell you guys exactly how much I spent, but it's about 900k. Just some quick maths, you know? So yeah, we have to profit 900k this week to make any actual green profits. So just a forewarning real quick, I'm just gonna say this straight up. We're not going to make more than 1 million gold this week because most of the gold that I am missing or that I have spent is in materials. It's not in liquid gold, you know? So I just made sure that whenever, say, Zenithid was at that 30 gold price, I would buy all of it. That way, if it ever did shoot back up to 200 gold each, that I would still have the materials at a profitable price of that 30 gold that I spent. So a lot of my gold right now is invested in materials that are just sitting in the bank on all of my characters just because of the volatile pricing. And also, you know, it's a good flip. I've been seeing that when you have over 1 million gold, you can kind of easily flip BFA materials for just a lot of gold profit. So let's go over the first mailbox. However, 56k, this is my gathering tune, and now my BFA material flipper, kind of. I'm just dabbling in it. I'm not that good with it yet. I'm just making sure that when prices are low, I'm buying them, and then when prices are high, I'm selling them. That's pretty much it. But let's go over what exactly we sold during the week on my gatherer. I have been playing this character a bit more, so I do have some things to go over, including obsidian ore. This week, I have been making sure to at least spend 1 to 2 hours a day gathering. That way, I can keep up my raw gold. You know, I'm not using these materials for crafting. I'm just kind of spending 1 hour, and whatever I gather, I sell to the auction house straight up to just, you know, get that raw gold back flowing for all the investments that we've been making. So I did go and farm up Azara's Veil that you'll see higher up in the mailbox right now, but a part of the Azara's Veil grind, you also get obsidian ore if you're on a dual gatherer. So that is a 5k sell of obsidian ore that I just got while gathering something else. It's just a nice bonus. Osmanite ore, 26 for 1.3k. I don't know exactly how much that's for, but it was for quite a bit. That's why I sold it. And that's how all BFA materials are going to be. If you see me sell a BFA material, it's because it's at a very high price, which it shouldn't be. And I'm like, take advantage of that. Fell warts, I go over this every single week. Every 2 days, you can go to Legion and do the world quest for fell warts, fell hide, and infernal brimstone if you have a herbalist, skinner, or miner. And I highly recommend you go back and do that stuff. This stuff is selling for between 100 gold to 800 gold each on my server, and you gather about 6 every 2 days. So it takes 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, it takes like 2 minutes to use your dial around hearthstone and then go and collect up the material. It's a one-time thing, so yeah, just go ahead and gather your stuff every single week for Fellwort, Fellhide, and Infernal Brimstone. It's just free gold, basically, considering the time you're spending. Volatile Life, once again, that's from the Ashar's Veil grind that I did. I spent an hour farming up Ashar's Veil in the water zone. I already forget the name. I'm blanking on it right now. But once again, Volatile Life just comes as a byproduct of gathering the Ashar's Veil, and that's for another 8.6k, so we're already at 10k, actually 13k for that hour, in terms of just the byproducts of what I gathered for the Ashar's Veil. And then right here, a Sage Agate, I sold one for 1.1k. That's obviously like a profit right there. They don't go for that much on my server. It was crazy. I only had one though, so I can only sell the one. But it did sell, so I'm happy for that. Or happy about that. And then here we go, Ashar's Veil, 261. I actually sold all of what I gathered. Maybe I have like 200 more. I can't remember. But I sold a decent amount of what I gathered. So there you go. You can see like that's a 35k an hour in terms of just what I sold for that Ashar's Veil. So if you're hurting on gold and you don't have BFA or you don't like BFA, you can go back to Cataclysm, to Wrath of Lich King, to Legion. You can gather up those materials and they still sell as well, along with the BFA stuff. Right here, exotic leather. I did an hour of exotic leather for the giant white bones, the dinosaur bones. Those are what I mainly was farming for, but exotic leather was a byproduct of that, since I did it on a skinner, and I sold 600 for 1,000. It's not that much, you know, but I did not sell any of the giant dinosaur bones, so that's all I have to show for that farm for now. In terms of other things, Tempest Tide 96 for 4k. That's just overpriced BFA material. Fine thread, no, rune thread, that you buy off a vendor for I think a gold, maybe less, and I sold 2 for 549 gold. So buy stuff from vendors and then sell them on the auction house if they are not soulbound, and then they'll be quite profitable. Fellhide, once again, I was talking about that Fellhide, 8 for 1.1k. That's maybe 300 gold each. It's really good. Maybe 200 gold each. I'm bad at doing quick math when I'm not trying to. And then Calcified Bone, 201 for 10,500 gold. Once again, it's just kind of BFA material flipping. I'm dabbling in it. Basically, like I mentioned, just buying materials while they're cheap and then selling them while they're high. And yeah, same with Red Tail Loach, 10 for 635. So that was kind of overpriced for my server. And that is it on the Gatherer. Not a huge week on the Gatherer, since I'm not dumping mass stocks of what I had like I was last week. I kind of dumped all the materials I had while they were super overpriced. And now that prices have stabilized, our profits have kind of stabilized as well. So that's 56k for the first opening, less than last week. But like I said, that's because all of our openings are pretty much going to be less than last week. Last week was crazy because I was dumping everything that I owned. But now I have everything in banks, and it's not in liquid raw gold. So yeah, we'll just see those profits over time is what that means. It's not like that gold disappeared, it's sitting in the bank as materials, and we'll see that over time when we use it for crafting and we sell all the stuff that we craft. So there we go, that's 56k. Let's check out the next character. Now to check out what the blacksmith made this week. The blacksmith is still just consistently like 150k on average a week right now on my server, because uncanny gear, if I scroll up and down, you can just see it's like uncanny. It's just all uncanny gear. There's some notorious gear that I have left over from patch 8.2 that's still selling. I'm not currently crafting notorious gear because I don't have all of them at rank 3. I only had like 2 or 3 at rank 3. So I'm not crafting anymore, but if you do have rank 3s of notorious gear, check out if they sell on your server, because they still sell every single week on my server. And I'm kind of thinking about grinding some PvP and then getting rank 3s of all the notorious gear that I didn't have already, just because they're selling for more than the uncanny gear. And they're still getting bought. I don't know why. But yeah, I might do that. It sounds crazy, but it also sounds crazy that people are buying them so consistently, right? I didn't sell a lot of hoof plates or stirrups unless the mailbox is bugged again. But if it is fixed, I haven't really been selling any hoof plates or stirrups, so I guess nobody's gathering this week, or I'm just getting undercut like crazy. And then any other things, a model hardened claymore, that's just a BFA T-Mog. It's like It's a green that you can craft with just monolite ore. So yeah, that stuff sells as well, and that's pretty, I mean, every week it's going to be the same. It's just uncanny gear, like 150k of uncanny gear every single week. So that's still a very nice opening though. I'm glad that this is still consistently 150k on average a week, because that means we're still just, you know, making a lot of gold each week, even if we have a lot of investments, which right now, I think I spent like 300k on osmonite ore. So that's a very nice chunk to get back on that osmonite ore. So yeah, let's head over to the next character. So let's see what my leatherworker has made this week. 126k, another character that's turning out to be a consistent over 100k per week character, and that is because we have been consistently, at least for the past 2 weeks, been selling a pair of the legendary Legion boots, Sentinel's Eternal Refuge. These are for Transmog twinks. They make your character move faster when you kill mobs, so they are very highly demanded. If you guys are not crafting these, you can craft only one a week, so make sure you're just spending that, I think it's like half an hour it takes me to make these boots, and so half an hour for 100k this time. I think last week we sold them at 73k, this week we're selling them at 100k, so we're making even more with them. And once again, it takes me like half an hour to go out and farm up the materials that you need each week for these, and that's, I mean, it's not really 200k an hour, but we can kind of say it's like 200k an hour since they're selling so consistently. At least as of right now. Maybe they'll shore up in a week or two, but for now, we're still selling one a week, because you can only craft one a week. I wish you could craft more, because I want to see how much I could make if I can like consistently be selling these, right? Because they kind of just sell right when I post them. Exactly like the same day. In terms of other things, I'm making some comfortable riders bardings. These are mount equipments. They sell for, I think, 2k, 3k profit each, so those are nice to sell. Uncanny combatants bow, so uncanny gear once again on the leatherworker. Still haven't sold any leather gear or mail gear, just the weapon. I think it's the same thing on the blacksmith as well. I haven't gone over exactly what pieces of uncanny gear that I was selling on the blacksmith, but I'm pretty sure it's just all weapons. At least that's what I assume. And then also, we finally have sold some Drums of Fury, 20 for 5k though. That's a lot of profit. I buy the raw scraps, the rawhide scraps or whatever they're called, for crafting these. It takes 5 to craft, and I buy them at 2 gold or less each. So I'm making so much profit right now off of Drums of Fury. I just wish that my server was high pop and that I'd be selling a lot more, because that is still only 20 for the week. But it's nice profit, right? And that's pretty much it. Once again, it's the leatherworker is just getting carried by the Legion legendary boots. Go and craft them, guys. It doesn't take long to set it up and get, you know, maxed out Legion, leatherworking, blacksmithing, tailoring, whichever one you want. And yeah, the boots are what you want to go for, because those are what provide movement speed. And that is it for the leatherworker. Let's check out what my next character has earned this week. Moving on to the alchemist. Let's check out what the alchemist made. And bam! Once again, I believe this is the biggest single mailbox opening I have done yet in this series, at 386,000 gold for the week. I think last week it was 260k, maybe 280k. So this character is still every week making more and more and more gold, because we earn, the more gold we have, the more gold we have to invest into potions and flasks and stuff like that for BFA, and it keeps snowballing up and up and up and up. Like I said, we made 100k more this week than last week, and I have another 1 million gold in value of potions and flasks on the auction house right now, and as you can tell, they sell like crazy. These stacks right here, like a stack of 100 abyssal healing potions, that was definitely not enough. At that point, I knew I needed to make more, because I posted them and they all sold instantly the second I posted them. Greater Flask of the Currents, 55k. Unbridled Fury Potions, 10k. Greater Flask of Undertow, 18k. Superior Potion of Agility, 5k. Superior Potion of Intellect, everything pretty much is selling on my server. 77 Greater Flask of Currents, 58k. Once again, Abyssal Healing Potions, Unbridled Furies. Unbridled Furies seem to be, and also Greater Flask of the Currents seem to be the highest selling, as well as Abyssal Healing Potions, those three very specifically. So at least on my server, so maybe you can try them out on your server. Unbridled Furies, Abyssal Healing, and Greater Flask of the Currents. Those are making me the most gold. They sell like hot cakes. It's crazy. They just all sell. Once again, more Abyssal Healing Potions. This time 109 for 20k. Look at that. 100 for 9k, 109 for 20k. They doubled in price, and I sold them at that price. So like I said, they just keep rising in price, and everything gets crazy on the Alchemist. I love this guy. I love him. 175 potions of Unbridled Fury, 41k. 50 potions of Focused Resolve, 32k. You just see all the numbers. They're all super high, and I'm super excited. I love this character. I'm going to tell you guys, I love this character. Let's collect up that 386k, and yeah, let's see how much we have made on the next character. Now moving on to my Inscriptionist / Cook. I just got cooking maxed out for BFA last week, so we're only 1 week, I guess 2 weeks into cooking now, and let's see how much we have made for the week. Man, even though I mentioned that we're not going to profit this week, we're going to come pretty close and also have all those materials saved in the bank. So yeah, it's just, I'm super happy with the way things are going recently. Since patch 8.3, it's been crazy. If you have all the BFA professions maxed out, you've probably been feeling the craziness as well. Even if you're a gatherer, you also have been seeing some crazy numbers. But let's go over what I made on my Cook / Inscriptionist. I think most of what I'm selling right now is actually from cooking, so I'm kind of sad that it took me so long to get cooking maxed out, because this is just so much free profit, basically. You just buy the materials off the auction house and then craft it right here, and then post them back up. It's so easy. So once again, selling the mech dowels, big mechs. I have even more in my inventory right here, and then I have more spare parts in the bank. They sell quite well, and I haven't even farmed any spare parts. These are just what I get from when I go to raise my, just to do the dailies, basically, to raise my reputation, because since this is an Inscriptionist, I need Revered for the contracts, and I am nowhere close because I'm super lazy with that. But I have been making the big mechs and spending all the spare parts that I have, and they just make a lot of gold. You're going to see when I scroll up more. They make a lot of gold for a soulbound material. I sold 18 viper fish. I kind of just went out and farmed up some viper fish because I saw that they were, I think, 200 gold each on this day. So I farmed up 18 and then I got bored. But I sold those 18 for 5k. You know, it was a very profitable 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. Selling some Tomes of the Quiet Minds. Those are kind of selling quite nice since patch 8.3. Basically, every single food on my server is profitable. A lot of them, not every single one, but a lot of them are. So I'm going to just be selling a lot of different types of foods. I don't feel like I should be going over every single one, because you should just be crafting whatever's profitable on your server. Just, you know, anything that's green, basically. Also, the trinkets from Inscription are still selling like crazy. I was making 3 at a time, but you can see some days I'm selling all 3 at once. So I have raised the crafting limit to, I think I'm making 5 a day now, for the Highborn Compendium trinkets, just because they sell so well. These are one of my highest profiting items, like, just of this challenge. So definitely craft up those trinkets. They're eye level 400. The effects on them are actually amazing for you know, the content that you're using them for. So they are always going to be selling on every single server. Trust me. Just make them. Here we go once again. Just more and more compendiums, more Tomes of the Quiet Mind. Biltongs are selling like crazy on my server as well. I did sell Ultramarine inks. I sold 802. Anytime I sell Ultramarine ink, I get happy, because that's just, I mean, it's kind of like free gold, because I would be vendoring them nonetheless, since they take up so much space when you mill your own crimson ink. So yeah, it's nice selling those. Selling some contracts, but contracts have kind of taken the, you know, the back seat in terms of the profits on my Inscriptionist. It's all from the trinkets at this point, and the Tomes of the Quiet Mind. Once again, someone keeps buying 7. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with 7 Tomes of the Quiet Mind, but I sell stacks of 7 a lot. I did sell 2 Uncanny Offhands for 15k each. That's very good. And then also 560 McDowell Beg Mechs for 41k. That's, I have how many more in my inventory? 270. So that's another 25k in my inventory, basically. So yeah, make the big mechs if you have any spare parts. They're very easy to farm up, and they make a lot of gold per hour. And then once again, like I was saying, biltong, specifically of all the foods, sell for a lot on my server. And I think that's pretty much it for the cook slash inscriptionist. So let's collect up 177k. I'm glad that these characters are still pumping out between 100 and 200k each. Like, it's so good compared to before. I can't get over it. I don't know why. But yeah, that is going to be it for this character. Let's move on. So now let's check out what I have earned this week on my Jewel Crafter. We have earned 50,000 gold. I am still happy with that. I think that's more than last week. It could have been 60k last week, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I think it was under 50k. So we're slowly still making more and more each week on the Jewel Crafter. Jewel crafting is kind of just like the slowest profession for me right now, besides tailoring. We're going to look at the tailor next. But yeah, in terms of what I'm earning each week, the Jewel Crafter, at least he's earning more and more each week, even though it's only 50k. And even then, like only 50k, that's still a lot of gold. You can see right here, I've been prospecting a little bit more. I have a lot of raw gems, but not really selling, so they're kind of just sitting there. And I also have a lot of crafted gems that are just kind of sitting in the auction house. I didn't realize how much I was spending on posting all the raw gems, and I have definitely cut back because I noticed I spent like 2k in one like posting, and I was like, how am I spending 2,000 gold on these gems? And it's because I think they cost like a gold each, so I was posting like 50 of each of these epic ones and like 50 of each of the blue ones, and not a good idea. So learn from my mistakes. Either way, let's go over what we're selling. Still selling the eye level 300 rings. That's, I don't know why, but yeah, still selling eye level 300 rings. Craft them if they're profitable for you. For some reason, people are buying them, even though they're super low eye level. People just need rings, and those are the best ones you can get from crafting. Like I was mentioning, I have been trying to sell a lot of the gems, just not really having a lot of luck, but some do sell. More rings, the eye level 300 rings. I sold a green staff. I think that's at a profit of only like 200 gold, but I do like to craft anything that's profitable, so I'll take it where I can get it. More rings. Look at that, just a string of 5 rings in a row, or 4 rings in a row. So little profits. And the big thing for the week on this character is going to be I sold one staff for 36k. I'm the only person on the entire server selling these staffs, so I've been posting them at 40k. It's a little overpriced, and I might be selling more if I lowered it, but I did sell one at 40k, and then after tax, 36k. And the rest is just small bits of gems, so I'm not really going to go over them. It's pretty much, I'm trying them all out. Anything that's green. So yeah, let's collect up that 50k. Most of it just from the staff. So yeah, not much to talk about on the Jewel Crafter, and let's move over to the tailor. So checking out the tailor, we have made 36k this week. Like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, this has been, along with the Jewel Crafting, kind of like the lower end crafting professions for me. I'm not sure why no one wants to buy uncanny cloth gear on my server, but just literally no one does. Like, just none. I don't know why. But we did sell a cloak for 7.5k, uncanny cloak. We did sell a belt. That's very lucky for me at 3.8k. And I've been trying to keep up on deep sea bags. So most of what we're going to earn on the tailor is going to be from deep sea bags. So right here we sold some mittens and bracers. So maybe the gear's selling little by little, but it's definitely, I mean, 36k, it's definitely not enough, you know? In terms of compared to the other professions on my server. Fell cloth hood, I'm selling like one of these a week for 1.5k gold. So maybe you guys can check that out. It's from Classic, and it's, I think I spend 100 gold to craft it. So it's selling at a profit of about 1.4k gold, which is very nice. And then once again, deep sea bags. I've been trying, but they sell so fast, and I just don't want to sit here all day crafting bags. So honestly, I just don't craft them. Like, they sell, and I see they sell, and I'm like, yeah, I'm too lazy to make more. So maybe I'd make more if I made more bags, but I don't have a lot of deep sea satin. I'm not very stocked up on it, and the prices are still kind of high. So once the prices of deep sea satin go to a reasonable price, I'm gonna just maybe spend like 100 to 200k on deep sea satin, and I'll just make like 50 bags at once, and maybe that will solve my problem there. But and also frostweave bags, so selling those for almost as much as deep sea bags. But yeah, once again, not a lot of profits on the tailor, but still more than last week. Once again, we're still at least making more and more and more each week, which is a positive. So yeah, let's collect up that 36k, and I will see you on the last character, last opening of the week. And for the final opening of the week, it will be on the Transmog character, and this week we sold a measly 6.8k worth of sales for Transmog. So this should hopefully be changing by next video, because I have finally gone out and started for at least 10 runs a day farming some Transmog on my new fully equipped 110 Druid Speed Twink. That was a lot to say, but that just means hopefully next week we have a lot more sales, because I am starting to finally flood the auction house with a lot more Transmog. And I had a lot of questions on what Transmog I sell. When I first started Transmog farming, I post everything that I got. It didn't matter if it was like 10 gold or a million gold or, you know, whatever. I was just posting anything that I was receiving from Transmog farming, but now I've refined it to anything that's above 200 gold each, just because it is taking quite a lot longer to post all those auctions. And when it starts taking a lot of time to post anything for 200 gold and up, then I'm going to raise that, and I'm just going to keep raising it until I'm comfortable with how much time it's taking to post versus how much gold I'm actually making from the item if it were to sell. So for right now, I know that was a lot of words, but for right now, I am posting anything to the auction house that is worth over 200 gold region market or average value. I don't know what region market value. There you go. So yeah, that means not everything's gonna sell for a lot, because we're not posting just only things that are worth a lot, and sometimes we're gonna make a measly 6.8k. But like I said, we're flooding the auction house right now with a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of glorious. I did Zolfaric for 10 runs, and I got like 6 pieces of glorious gear, a few pieces of jade gear. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more gold next week on this character when we collect up the sales for the week. And I did want to take the time at the end of these videos, after we go over how much gold we made, but just quickly mentioning, since it's the end of the video, and if you guys made it this far anyways, I'm pretty sure you guys would like to know what I have planned for the week. So I do want to go over my plans for the week, my goals for the week, at the end of these videos from now on. But let's go over first, kind of getting ahead of myself here. First, let's go over how much gold we made this week. I hesitate to say made, because we'll just say opened this week, because I don't think we're going to make a profit. But let's see, we made a lot of gold, right? It could have been a profit. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we ended off last week at 1,248,000 gold, and we started this video out 363,000 gold. I did the math, and that is 885,000 gold that I spent this week on materials and stuff for crafting to make, you know, the gold that I showed you guys in this video. So now, for the final tally of this video, we are at 1,346k. We profited? What? We profited. I made another million gold this week, guys. What the heck? That's crazy. I didn't do the math beforehand, and if I did, I would have just seen that I made a million gold. I didn't even add it all up. That was enough. I guess that was enough gold, guys. That is surprising to me, because I don't do math before these videos, which I probably should, so I'm not surprised by this. But I guess if I'm surprised, you guys are too. I was not expecting this. This means we have so much gold in the bank right now, because we profited, what is that? Let's do the math. We ended last week at, or no, we started this video at 363k, so we made 1,010,000. That's more than last week. We actually made more than last week. We made, oh man, I am just loving patch 8.3. It is so good, and I'm not even, like, I'm barely getting started, basically. I'm going to talk about that when I talk about my goals right now. But yeah, we made 1,010,000 gold this week. That's crazy. That's the biggest opening so far. We had the biggest single mailbox opening on the Alchemist at 300 and what was it, 86k, and now we have the biggest like overall opening as well in this video at 1,010,000 gold. I'm just gonna keep saying it, guys. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself because it's just so like I didn't expect that. So we have so much gold. Yeah, there we go, 1,010,000 gold. That is crazy. I'm very, very happy, as you can tell. And I'm super excited for the things that I want to do for, you know, the coming weeks. So my goal this week is to finally get enchanting leveled up. This is all without even enchanting leveled up, and enchanting is such a profitable profession. So this week, my goal is to get enchanting maxed out and start getting enchants on the auction house. I want to make all the gold I can. There is something I want to talk about as well in how much time I'm spending on this. To make this much gold, I am spending a lot more time each and every single day playing. Basically, I'm spending 3 hours to restock all of my professions. It takes that long just because I'm doing every single BFA profession, and I make sales every single day on all of those professions. It takes me about 3 hours a day now to fully repost everything and restock the things that I have sold. So that is a very large time sink and something to keep in mind when I'm telling you I'm making 1,000,000 gold a week. That's with 3 hours every single day restocking, reposting. And then I'm spending about 1 hour now, I'm spending about 1 hour gathering just for some extra raw gold. Like I mentioned on my gathering tune, that was with this week Ashar's Veil. I also farmed up some whiptail and some volatile airs and stuff like that. So I'm farming a bunch of different old world materials to kind of just keep up the raw gold, make sure that we never run out of gold for investments during the week. And I'm also doing, like I said, at least 10 runs a day on the Transmog Twink to make sure we're finally stocking up our Transmog. So I'm spending about 5 hours a day right now just playing WoW, and that's just how I'm making this much gold. I'm not selling, you know, I haven't sold all the Transmog stuff, and I haven't sold all the stuff that I gathered, so those extra 2 hours haven't really played a role yet, but they could whenever the stuff sells, which could be a very big sell. You know, I have some stuff from Transmog that's worth like hundreds of thousands of gold. So those things could sell at some point, and at that time, it would matter that I'm spending those extra 2 hours gathering and transmog farming. But at least for now, the bulk of my playtime is just that 3 hours of restocking and recrafting everything on all of my crafting tunes that I show you guys these sales on. So yeah, keep that in mind. And once again, my goal this week is to get enchanting maxed out. That's going to be more time restocking and recrafting, I know, but it's also a lot more gold to be earned every week. And then also I want to start farming more of the patch 8.3 materials this week, and because those are just worth so much gold, I want to make the guide for you guys for the questionable meat, the malformed gnashers, and the aberrant voidfins. So that will be coming out soon. I said that last week, but I just been spending so much time actually in game trying to just restock everything. Like, I spend 3 hours in Stormwind basically, like that's all I do. So once I have some extra time after restocking and reposting, I will be able to make that guide for you guys, because it is a lot of gold. Like I mentioned 2 weeks ago when I first started farming up questionable meat and those fish, it's about 50 to 60k an hour for me for both the farms. So I do want to show you guys that, so that way you guys can also make that consistent 50 to 60k gold. And yeah, those are my goals for the week. This is the gold that we made this week. We're just the thing is, I don't want to show you guys what I have in my guild bank, but I have like another million worth of gold in materials in the guild bank that I spent investing this week. So we made like 2 million gold this week, kind of. And that's crazy. But yeah, I should finally end off this video and stop talking and stop repeating myself over and over and over. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button plus the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.